Boom, boom. This is Kinder. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Azur laid on tap today. So I've got several people asking me about Azuma and why they should be focusing on Azuma in terms of PR ships, DR ships, I should say. So let me go ahead and talk a little bit about it. So one of the big headlines out is that Azuma is now getting a fate simulation. You see, Azuma is a DR ship. What that means is requires a little bit more experience and requires a little bit more in terms of blueprints and whatnot to actually bring her up. So let's go ahead and let me give you an example of a difference between a PR and a DR ship. We'll go into 4 here. All right, so Anchorage is a PR ship. The way to tell that is the fact that you need 1 million data collection points in her designing, and you need 2 million. Okay, that indicates PR ship. On Azur here is not a PR ship. Azur is a DR ship, and the way you tell that is by simply going to data collection, and you see 1.2 million, not 1 million, and in the data collection to 2.4 million, not 2 million. So basically, to develop, besides the faction points that you need 600,000 more experience to complete the development on a DR ship. Also, a little bit more expensive in terms of other items as well. Just to understand that when you go into a ship and it's a DR ship versus a PR ship. The thing about it is now the problem with these ships in PR3 and PR4 is the fact that there's no blueprint speed. There's a blueprint speed up in effect right now. That blueprint speed up allows you to get blueprints much faster for ships in PR1 and PR2, which means you can get them a whole lot faster than you can with that. And you can do this by increasing, they have the catch up, which I'll show you in a few minutes. You can use the research focus. This is only for PR1 and PR2, or Season 1 and Season 2 ships. It's not for Season 3 and Season 4. So they're not eligible for this. This allows you to get extra blueprints each time you do a commission. Okay? So that's why I'm able to get Azuma blueprints really fast, is because I've got her set as my focus ship, as well as getting these. But there's also the events that come out, and we've got Azuma up inside of the PR catch-up. So you get 30 blueprints each time you do a commission. Whether it's a commission for her or not, you automatically get some blueprints up to 30. These blueprint completion plans are only eligible for Season 1 and Season 2 ships. Season 3 and Season 4 ships are not having them yet. They may in the future, and I assume they will in the future have them. We don't know when. So right now, Season 1 and Season 2 ships are where you should be. FDG, Azuma are 2 of the most powerful ships in the game. Azuma was pretty much slightly behind Azur. She's not anymore. She bypassed Azur with this new fate simulation. So now Azuma is back on top, along with FDG being on top. And both of those are PR Season 2 ships. So those are the ones you want to focus on right now, because you have a chance to use those and get blueprints for them faster. All right, so that's why I'm focusing on Azuma and finishing her up. So let's go ahead and talk about what we get. Now, a PR ship, when you do their fate simulation, they get 15 luck. Let me give you an example. I'll give you an example with Georgia. Georgia is a Season 2 PR ship. So I had to create her with blueprints and everything. Okay, took a while, but I got her done. She got 15 luck and an increase in one of her skills. Okay, not so for DR ships. DR ships, such as Azuma and FDG very soon, we're hoping, get 2 skills, 2 and 3 approved, and they get 25 luck, not 15 as you saw that Georgia had. So DR ships are getting more luck and improving 2 skills instead of 1. So let's go ahead and focus on that for a little while in terms of what. So the first skill that we're going to see that has an increase for Azuma is skill number 2. Zuho's intuition. All right, so now what it says is every 20 seconds, 70% chance to increase this ship's evasion by 20%. Okay, this is changing. Once you get the fate simulation, it's going to be 100% chance. That's right. So every 20 seconds, air evasion is going to increase. And it's not going to increase by 20, it's going to increase by 25%. So 125. That's the increase once you get the fate simulation on her skill 2 improvement. Accuracy will stay the same at 50% for 12 seconds. Okay. Now the other skill that will change is the special gunnery training. So this currently reads fires a special barrage once every 8 times this ship fires her main guns. That stays the same. Now here's the key. While equipping the prototype triple 310 millimeter main gun Type O, it increases the ship's main gun efficiency by 12%. Okay. Now this is changing in the terms of 12% is going to stay the same, but you no longer have to use this pretty crappy 310 millimeter main gun. Okay. Yeah, you can use any. It now says when equipped with any large cruiser gun. So you no longer have to use the 310. The 310, it's a pretty crappy gun actually. There are much better guns out there, but you really didn't get this use of this skill until you used it. So that's why it was. So now it's any gun. There's a lot better guns out there. There's the prototype 305 triple is good, I believe. Any of the guns, the gun that they use for Azur, it would be good on her too. But any gun would be an improvement. So you're going to see an increase in damage. The 12% does say to stay the same. Okay. Now, and lowers the number of shots needed to fire the barrage. Fire got to 4. Okay. That stays the same. Okay, and improves the barrage. Now here's where we get an addition. Just in the previous skill, we now a special burn. So the barrage applies a special burn. So this more damage. Burn is really, really, really useful in PvP. Burning ships down is like a very, very efficient meta build inside of PvP. And she's just going to do more damage. Okay. Plus, this burn is stackable with a normal burn. This is a special burn. Okay, it's stackable on top of the normal burn. So if you, let's say you're running maybe a Sardinian part, maybe Richelieu type build with that's applying burn, well, this burn will stack on top of it. So she could be very, very, very useful. More damage. Okay, so this is what we get from her fate simulation and the 25 luck. You know, 25 luck is it's dynamic. It affects the invasion. I had a whole video on what luck does, and there's several things that affects innate ability effects that come with luck. So having 25, which is 10 more luck, is just amazing. It's going to make them much more efficient, much more survivable. So, you know, like I say, when FTG gets hers, it's going to be wow. But let's talk about what does this do. So the 25 luck equates to about a 2.5% in evasion, increase in evasion and hit rate. So that means more survivability. She already has maxed out 7.5 K hit points. So you're going to get more survivability. It's what they call EHP, meaning because she gets hit less, because she has higher evasion, she has technically more HP. She survives longer. So it's called EHP. So that does that. Okay. So that brings her survivability up. Right now, the highest survivability in the game is Azur and Anchorage. She's now pretty much on par with them now. Okay. I actually think because of this evasion that comes from her 2.5, the percentage evasion is roughly what it equates to. I think she's not behind them any longer. I think she's probably at them. Okay. But in terms, you got to understand, Azur and Anchorage. Okay. Now this is Azuma. This is a cruiser. She's frontline. Okay. She's frontline. She's not in the backline. She's in front line. So she's definitely for a frontline Vanguard, you know, cruiser. Definitely the easiest one, best in the game. Not even close. Nobody's even remotely close to her when it comes to a Vanguard cruiser. Okay, so just realize that she's going to be in your front line, not your back line. So, you know, normally when you see, you know, in PvP and stuff, you don't really start seeing the game speed up and it gets much faster once the vanguards have been eliminated. She's not going to be eliminated anytime soon, which gives you much. So they're going to target her, not your backline. Okay, so that's just what you got to focus on. So remember that front line. That's what makes her so good. One of the best PvP characters in the game. Okay, so just remember that. Now, let's talk about the damage, because she also got this evasion and hit points, of course, but she's also got an increase in her damage because that prototype, that 310 gun, it's crappy. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's a gold gun. I actually think that's what I have equipped right now. I don't have the 305. Yes, I have the 310 gun. Okay, so it's not, it's not a bad gun. The problem is this right here. Okay, I just put this on recently. I've been playing with guns. There's much better efficiency guns. This is what you should be using. You should be using this, the 40 Bofors. This is what you should be using on her. Okay, this is the gun for her. They say that you can put this on her, but there are other guns that are actually a little bit better. That you can find them if you look. And this is the 310. You can get a better gun. Use the gun that they got for Azur. I think it's a 305. Don't hold me to that. Put that on her. You'll find it's a little bit better. So you don't have to use that. So you can use a better gun now. So that means more damage. Plus this burn that it applies, more damage. Okay. So in terms of that, she now, before the patch, before this PR, she was on par with. They were pretty much very, very, very close to being identical in terms of damage. Okay, it was very similar. She's now very far ahead. Okay, just the gun alone put her ahead. Add the burn, you're going to get a DOT. So she's well approved. So she now is definitely, in my consideration, FDG and Azuma are now the two best DR ships in the game. Okay, that's why I've been harping on her. This is important because of the fact that those simulations for her. And the commissions that you see and stuff now, you can get blueprints for her much faster. These events for the peer catch up that I told you, this is not available for season 4 ships or season 3 ships. It's only for the season 2 ships. Season 4 will get them eventually, but it's going to be a ways down the line. Why not focus on doing these now, so that you can get the actual. Get this extra stuff while it's available for them, and get as much as you can. Maybe you can get 3/4 of the way through her, and then when maybe by that time you'll have her close to built. By the time season 4 becomes a viable option for quick, that's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm going to start working on season 4 probably a year most likely, but I'm going to after I finish up Azuma. Okay, but with all the stuff, the research focus, you can't use that on 4 yet. It's only good for 2, so use it while it's out there. Okay? That's what I think. And that's why I've been saying to focus on Azuma, just for survivability in PvP and PvE. She's an excellent ship. I still think her and FTG, I'm sure there are other people that think there are others, but I think they're the two best DRs in the game. And there's a lot of data to back that up. All right? So that's why I say, and that's why I've been harping on Azuma. For those of you that asked, I got several DMs about it. They were talking about the Fate Sim, and they wanted to know how much it was going to improve her and if it was worth it. And I'm like, yeah, anytime you can get 25 luck, it's worth it. That was one of the biggest downsides of the PR ships and DR ships was they didn't have any luck. It was at 0. And then the Fate simulation takes care of that. And 25 is excellent, as well as improving 2 skills, not 1. So yeah, definitely something to go for. So as you can see, that's why I said it and spelled it out. So it's definitely worth it. So, start focusing on them. Now's the time to do it. All right. So again, thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you've subscribed, you'll see the bell. If you click on that bell, you'll get notified each time I do drop a video. Also, remember to like and share the video, as it does help the channel immensely. So this is Kenrier. I'm still coming at you from the corner. Signing out.